ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम। Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om and welcome to today's session. We are having this daily satsang with a view to iron out our impediments in search of truth. And we are having it around a text. We have completed Sadhana Panchakam and now we are studying Bhaj Govindam, which is also a text by Sri Adi Shankaracharya ji. Now, Bhaj Govindam is also considered to be a Prakaran Granth. A Prakaran Granth as compared to our scriptures, which are three, which are called Prasthantrayi, Gita, Upanishads and Brahma Sutra. They are the three Prasthantrayi. Prakaran Granth expounds some specific topic to make the comprehension, understanding of Prasthantrayi easier. So, in the current text, which is Moha, Mudagar or Bhaj Govindam, Bhagwan Shankaracharya has hammered at our delusions. Moha, Mudagar, hammering at our delusions, with a view that we are spending most of our lives chasing these delusions, which are never going to give us a glimpse of who we are and what we should be doing. And that is very important. So, unless somebody gives you a body blow, maybe it's difficult to have a correction of our run-of-the-mill thinking and doing. So the very first verse, he has taken up the case of a person who was just into chanting of grammar rules. So at an old age, chanting grammar rules while doing Shirshasana, he says, you understand that when the death comes, is it going to save you? Is this chanting of grammar rules going to save you? Meaning thereby, all knowledge is a means. Knowledge is not an end. We frequently, and I have seen many people who have an insatiable appetite for reading and acquiring knowledge from various texts. अब आज ये पढ़ लिया, कल वो पढ़ लिया, सुबह उसको सुन लिया, शाम को उसको सुन लिया. So, chasing this knowledge is not the end. You have to implement it, and how to implement it and what to implement it for, that is to be known. And so this verse is for the mumukshus, who know that at the time of death, what is it that they are casting their lot with. So he says, Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam. Where we have already seen it means with your karma, with your bhakti and with your jnana. You seek that which is your own self, which is the reality. So first verse takes our attention from the worldly pursuits which we think are the end in themselves. For instance, most of the time we are trying to create a security ring around ourselves. That security may mean anything. It may be a security of money, it may be a security of power, it may be a security of knowledge, but we are engaged in creating that ring of security. So he says that will not give you a glimpse of reality. In fact, it has another downside, and that is you may end up fanning your ego. मेरे को इतना आता है, मेरे पास इतना है. So downside उसका है, upside कोई नहीं है. So it says your end should be clear. The end should be search for that Govind who is the reality. Having done the first verse, we went to the second verse, which was Moodam chahi dhanagam trishnam Kuru sadbuddhim mansi vitreshnam Yallab se nij karmo patam Vittam tena dvinodaya chittam. So here he says that you are pursuing, or rather you have a thirst. Here the emphasis on thirst. First verse was pursuing, here it is thirst. You have a thirst for dhan. So dhan can be substituted for any worldly acquisition, and we are thirsty for it. Now this thirst is like a tissue box of tissues. You satisfy one, another springs up. So it is an endless chain. You will always find yourself thirsty, it will never end. So he is saying, mood, O ignorant one, you give up this thirst for dhan. Dhanagam trishnam. And as I said, this dhan has to be substituted for any other worldly pursuit. Or what are you to do? Kuru sadbuddhim mansi Vitteshna. Purify yourself with the thoughts of the reality, and that can only happen when your mind, mansi Vitteshna, when your mind is free of all trishnas, with all your cravings. So out here one has to see this samsara as a ocean of sorrows, and ourselves as a boat which is being rocked by those sorrows. What are these sorrows? All these pursuits of sense pleasures. So how do you get out of this? Who can save you? So here the scriptures are a beacon light who can save you from this ocean of sorrows. Then how are you to follow the scriptures? Again he says Bhaj Govindam, Govindam Bhaj Murmate, meaning thereby you look at it from karma, bhakti and gyan. Or in this case, this text also has another beauty, and that is it takes the help of opposite view. They call it PRATIPAKSHA BHAVA. PRATIPAKSHA BHAVA is whatever you are seeing as challenging you, attracting you, exciting you, you see its counter view. So if you are going to be always thirsty for wealth, where is it going to lead you? It is going to only enmesh these vasanas for an eternal cycle of life and death. And what is the solution given? He says, Yallabse nij karmo patam vittam tena vinodaya chittam. You be satisfied with what you get by honest, fair, dharmic means. So this is a solution to those who might say, अगर हमने धन नहीं कमाना तो फिर अपना जीवन कैसे व्यतीत करें? So he says the idea is not to earn, not that you give up earning. The fault is not in the possessions. The fault is in the thirst. For instance, it is not the rasgulla that has taste or sweetness. It is peculiar to each, but You have to see what is your prescription and how much you're going to have. Can you have infinite number of rasgullas? You can't. They are going to be counterproductive. Most probably you'll fall sick. So no possession per se has anything of value in it. So have only as much as satisfies your need, but don't thirst for it. And lastly, be satisfied with what you get and keep on working honestly in whatever duty or vocation of life that you are engaged in. Any questions so far in the first two verses? आगे ठीक है जी ओके बिकॉज दीज आर दोज वर्सेस जहाँ डे टू डे लाइफ में हम वही कर रहे हैं जो ये बता रहे हैं और उसको हमें आगाह कर रहे हैं कि भी आप ये मत करो तो क्वेश्चंस उठ सकते हैं सो वी गो टू द थर्ड वन द थर्ड वर्स इज नारी स्तन भरनाभिदेशम दृष्ट्वा मागा मोहावेशम एतन्मांसवसादिविकारं मनसि विचिन्तय वारं वारं मनसि विचिन्तय वारं वारं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते संप्राप्ते सन्निहिते काले नहीं नहीं रक्षति डुक्कृण कर्णे नहीं नहीं रक्षति डुक्कृण कर्णे. So now he has come to another very interesting thing. The first one, the verse 2 or the first one in terms of 12 verses, first one was regarding wealth, kanchan, and now it is, kanchan is gold, so that is wealth. Now this verse deals with kamini, that is the attraction of the flesh. So all the scriptures warn of these two pitfalls, kanchan and kamini. Here he says, and it applies to both the sexes, he's used the analogy of one of them. He says, when you look at the full breasts of a woman or a navel, drashtva, having seen, maga moha vesham, do not fall in a moha vesham, in a deluge of delusion. Avesh, बहुत भयंकर मोह. So this is what normally happens. Irrespective of age and stage, these sights distract us and we go astray. So he says, having seen, do not fall a prey to this moh. Now the point is, as I said, this text highlights Pratipaksh Bhav. So what is the Pratipaksh Bhav? So the Acharyas say that what is this body? This body is nothing else but flesh and blood in a very nice packing. Etan mansav sadi vikaram. Mans and vasa, flesh and blood. Vikaram, modification or a package you can say. This body is nothing else but fat and blood packaged in different ways. So look beneath this package and you'll find only filth. So this is the Pratipaksh, an illustration of Pratipaksh Bhav. Then in this thought is used in Yoga by Patanjali in his Yoga Sutra. He says whenever some negative thoughts come to you, you substitute them by positive thoughts to get rid of those negative thoughts. This is how this thinking is won over. So, in this case, I am reminded of a wonderful phrase in this usage in Dhyanam of Lalita Maha Tripura Sundari. In Lalita Sahasranam, in the Dhyan portion, the word that has come is let me just tell you, with age I think I am just dropping my memory. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it says Tara Nayaka Shekharam Smith Mukhim Apina Vakshoruham. So Apina Vakshoruham. Now this is a Dhyan Shlok. Dhyan Shlok for Devi. And the Dhyan is, she is with full breasts. Now the point is, unless you have a pure mind, and the commentator on this verse says that she is the Janani, she is the one who is protecting, and she is the one in whom everything is dissolving. So she has to feed the entire universe, and that represents her ability and capacity to feed. So when you start seeing these things with this bhav, then any other bhav vanishes. So similarly, you can think of any beauty as a work of God, as His creation, and substituting with these thoughts, you can come out with mere sensual thoughts. So he says, Manasi vichintya varam varam. Like this, think again and again and again, so that you can come out of that moha vesham, obsessive delusion. So this path is not very easy. It's the fact that Bhagwan Shankaracharya had to put it in a verse. He understands that all mortals fall a prey to it, and he being a young boy, he lived only up to age of 32, and a brahmachari and a sannyasi since the age of 8, he was able to see through and put it so starkly in this text. Any comments, अनिल जी?
नहीं अरुण जी, मेरे ख्याल से बिल्कुल ठीक है. मेक सेंस दैट बार बार ही सोचने की बात है, बार बार ही इस पर मनन करने की बात है, ताकि ये गहराई तक मन में जाए.
मैं इसमें एक चीज़ और कहता हूँ, जब आप विचार करें तो विचार इस तरह भी करें हर वर्ष में कि भज गोविंदम गोविंदम भज मूढ़मते. तो ये 3 तरह से भजना है. दैट इज हाउ टू सी इट फ्रॉम द कर्म पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, हाउ टू सी इट फ्रॉम भक्ति पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, एंड हाउ टू सी इट फ्रॉम ज्ञान पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. सो जो भी इन्होंने हमारा डिल्यूजन रिमूव करने की कोशिश करी है, अब जैसे इस केस में मैं इसको प्योरली मैं सोचता हूँ कि हमारी जो इतनी लर्निंग चल रही है, डिस्कशन चल रहे हैं, वी शुड बी एबल टू हैव सम सेट ऑफ 3 फॉर आवर सेल्व्स, ईच वन ऑफ अस, सो दैट वी कैन अप्लाई देम एंड गेट आउट ऑफ इट. सो इस केस में आप फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑफ कर्म क्या सोचते हैं कि इसको कैसे रिजॉल्व कर सकते हैं?
आई वुड से इस वर्ष की अगर हम बात करें तो कर्म सेवा हो जाए तो मतलब किसी भी, चाहे वो नारी हो या कोई भी हो, उसको सेवा के रूप में देखें, और अगर भक्ति है तो उसको भगवान के रूप में देखें, और ज्ञान है तब तो मतलब वो फिर ब्रह्म ही है.
तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है, जैसे अभी मैंने आपको ध्यान श्लोक का बताया, that these represent her capacity to feed. This is the कर्म. तो एक जब ये भाव आता है कि भाई ladies are endowed with this because they have to feed, so it becomes a very pious thought. Or when you say that the entire beauty that is there for us to behold is a creation of the Lord, and we appreciate and offer to Him only, so it becomes a kind of an act of worship. And Gyan being that ki what is it that is common to all. The gross thing is common to all, and so is that subtle, that which is beyond all perception. And it is with that we have to associate. अच्छा, then finally जो verse 1 में कहा कि नहीं नहीं रक्षति डुक्रिन करने, वो डुक्रिन को करके ये लगा दो आप. अगर आप इन्हीं को चेज करते रहोगे, क्या एंड मोमेंट में आपको ये हेल्प करेंगे? इफ यू कीप ऑन गेटिंग डांसिंग अराउंड द ऑपोजिट सेक्स और सेंसुअल डिज़ायर्स, तो अब वो आपको लास्ट मोमेंट में आपको सेव करेंगी क्या ये चीज़ें? तो इस तरह की मेरे को लगता है बारीकी से अगर हम हर वर्स को देखें और ये देखें कि इसमें हमारे एक्शन पॉइंट क्या इन्वॉल्व हैं, तो एक हमारे को टेक्स्ट बुक बन जाएगी ऑफ डे टू डे डिल्यूजन्स. क्योंकि ये डिल्यूजन हमारे को सभी को आते हैं. ये एषणास हैं, वो ये अपने केवल्य उपनिषद में भी आया है, पुत्रेष्णा, वित्तेष्णा और लोकेशना. तो इसे इसकी इन एषणाओं से आपको ऊपर उठना है. तो ये इन्होंने सब ले दिया. अब ये जो ज्ञान है ये भी लोकेशना ही तो है. आप वांटिंग लॉरल्स फॉर योर ज्ञान, डॉक्ट्रिन करने. और वित्तेष्णा तो वेल्थ का इन्होंने कर ही दिया. पुत्रेष्णा जो है ये डांसिंग अराउंड द ऑपोजिट सेक्स. अब वो पुत्र के लिए तो ठीक है, लेकिन उसको आप मिसयूज़ करके आप भ्रमित होते रहें, लस्टफुल हो जाएं, तो वो इट इज़ गोइंग टू कम इन द वे ऑफ योर फाइनल मोमेंट. ठीक है ना? तो इस तरह से बारीकी से हर चीज़ को हमें देखना पड़ेगा टू गेट फुल वैल्यू फ्रॉम दिस टेक्स्ट. तो आप भी जब पढ़ें और जब आप हम सत्संग करें तो काइंडली डू कंट्रीब्यूट विद व्हाट 3 सेट्स केम टू योर माइंड, so the entire community can benefit. They get more options because this is a creation that we are doing on our own without the assistance of Bhagwan, who has just given the text and now wants us to understand ki why he has given this. ठीक है जी. Anything else or should we wind up?
नहीं, कर लेते हैं शांति मंत्र.
ठीक है जी. I am going to say the concluding verse. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om. So, thank you Anil ji. मेरा ये था कि ये right from the beginning I have been saying this should be a satsang opportunity where people should express concerns about what they are facing during in their lives, if possible, around the verse that we are reading. So we are going to read verse 4 next time. Around that, if there is something, that issue that comes up in the lives of all of us who are there, so it makes for a more engaging satsang. Otherwise ये आचार्यस तो बहुत हैं जिन्होंने YouTube में डाला हुआ है. One can listen to the discourses, which I don't want this session to become. ठीक है जी.
जी.
ओके. हरि ओम.
हरि ओम.